Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing finally the wild card. And I know it's Friday, but I've been having to do some other stuff throughout the week, and this is the best. Again, like a lot of the videos that I'm a little bit late on or kind of put off, it's because I have other things to do, and it's my best chance to actually be able to record it now. And also, we know the weather circumstances for these games, which a lot of them will actually be affected by the weather. Some of them, a lot of the ones that won't are because they're playing in domes. That's the only reason why. So they're indoors. So we'll start this off. I'll be covering all these games. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. Might take 2 minutes per matchup. First up, out of all of them, 4:30, you got the Browns versus Texans. This is a Saturday game. Joe Flacco's in the playoffs versus CJ Stroud. This is probably the biggest age gap out of any quarterback matchup I've seen in a very long time. It's like, at least out of any matchup this playoffs, you have Joe Flacco and this Browns team. They're very good at running the ball. One of the main things that they do is running the ball at a very consistent level. Even without Nick Chubb, they can still do it. They get Jerome Ford. He's very good. And Kareem Hunt, he's more of the passing receiver, but passing running back, like receiving back. But he's still very good, effective at running the ball. And with Joe Flacco here, they have just been a very effective deep ball team. David Njoku had a great game against the Jets. Last game that they played, it was actually one of the last games they played was against Houston. They did not have CJ Stroud, which is the main difference. Which is one of the main reasons why I won't base my opinion exactly off of that game. But Amari Cooper broke a Browns record, I'm pretty sure, for receiving yards in a game with like 260, like 262 and 2 touchdowns. Phenomenal game, absurd, ridiculous game, and it won a lot of people their fantasy playoffs. So yeah, their defense is phenomenal. Myles Garrett and this team, the most of this team took a rest against the Bengals, but they're still going to be ready for the playoffs. They have a decent amount of playoff experience and a lot of big game experience. So the Browns are going to be ready. And this defense of theirs is going to be very good. It's going to be tough to be able to stop this Texans offense, though. CJ Stroud, very, very good. And he's going to win Rookie of the Year without a doubt. That sucks for like a player like Puka Nacua, had a phenomenal year. Broke records and won't even be probably even considered for a Rookie of the Year. This guy is very good. This thing without the Texans is that they don't have Tank Dell because he's injured. But you still got Nico Collins, who had the best game probably out of anyone against the Colts. He had almost 200 yards and a touchdown, like off 8 or 10 receptions. He was very, very good. Devin Singletary has become a better running back, especially when he was at Buffalo. They did not use him at Buffalo, but with Houston, he's getting a lot of touchdowns, a lot of good touches, all that. Dalton Schultz is a very good offensive threat, too. He's very good. Their offensive line for the Texans will be put up to the test this week against the Browns. They didn't do that good against them whenever they played them last, but again, that's without CJ Stroud. That's a difference. Texans defense is very good. They got to make a lot of adjustments, though, based off what happened against the Browns last game. It's in Houston still. Special teams will play a part. Kamei Fairbairn's a very good kicker, and I think Dustin Hopkins might be the kicker for the Browns. I forgot. I think that's the guy. He's also very good. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't get hurt again. So yeah, this could be a closer game, but I don't see it being that. I got it being 30-17. I got the Browns winning. They found an offense, and their defense is special. Their team is a very special defense. Then we have the one game that's not on like a major, broadcasting network. It's on Peacock, 8 p.m. That's annoying, but you have the Dolphins versus Chiefs. This weather might be in the -30s when it comes to wind chill. That is absurd. -30 wind chill in Kansas City is going to be a very tough environment for both teams. They're not used to, you cannot be used to -30 degrees unless you're from like Antarctica or something like that. You just can't. It's going to be tough. That will be interesting to see how Miami adjusts to it. They have to play at Buffalo and stuff, but they didn't play good at Buffalo when they played there earlier in the year. They look like they not rested, but a lot of 50-50 guys that they maybe could have played against Buffalo. They didn't, like Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert. it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Them last year, but Miami, they made the playoffs, but they barely did, and they actually put up a decent fight against Buffalo, but Buffalo in the second half just took over that game. And the Dolphins, I don't know. They have a lot of injuries on the year, but Tyreek Hill's used to playing against the Chiefs. Early in this year, they played against each other, and the Chiefs won. Their defense played a very phenomenal game. But the Chiefs have only gone downhill since then. They have problems holding onto the ball. They have problems just across the field in general. They can't. They have a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, but they somehow are able to win games because their defense is very good. And in the playoffs, I'm going to trust this team at home. They are very good at home in the playoffs. They've only had home playoff games too. The Chiefs, they have a lot of struggles in this year, but I think they're able to not fix them, but I think the Dolphins will maybe get an injury here and there too as a star guy. And maybe Tua make some bad throws. I could definitely see that happening. It's going to be very much a defensive game, and I'm going to pick the better defense. I'm going to go with Kansas City. I'm going to have the score being 23-14. I got the Chiefs win this one. Next up on Sunday, we have the Steelers versus Bills. I won't take too long on this. The Bills are in a very cold game. A lot of snow. I think pretty sure the Bills are actually asking for fans or whoever wants to come out to bring your shovels and help dig this, help get the snow off the field and everywhere. So yeah, yeah. That shows, if that doesn't show how much snow there is there, that they're asking for fans' help, that's saying a lot. In this weather, I know the Steelers are used to this. I know the Steelers are used to in a cold environment. But without TJ Watt, without your main pass rusher, I know you got Alex Highsworth. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Number 56. He's very good. I'm sorry if I don't remember his name. You have Cameron Hayward. You have a lot of very good defensive players. I'm not sure how Mason Rudolph's going to play. I really don't. He has been pretty good the past couple games. And he did good against the Bengals at home. He did pretty good against Seattle. That was mostly a run game, though, I feel like. And then Baltimore, they had most of their backups in, and it was in a rain game. He made one big throw, and that changed the whole game. So I think in this matchup with the Bills, you're going to need a couple of those big throws. Because Josh Allen, I remember the last time he played against the Steelers, which was, I think it was last year, absolutely just pick them apart. I think I had to play him fantasy football, and he almost had 40 points at the end of the first half. That's absurd. That is going to be very tough for them to stop. Their defense is hitting a stride. For the Steelers to have a chance, they're going to need a lot. I think it's Alex Highsmith is his name. That's what I was thinking of. The Steelers need a lot of forced turnovers. They got to force a lot of turnovers, and they got to be able to capitalize. I'm not saying they can't, but without T.J. Watt, it's going to be a very tough thing to be able to do. I think in this game, it only benefits Buffalo. This is a very, very tough environment to play at. Buffalo plays usually very good at home. I think they might be the hottest team in the AFC outside of the Ravens. Give me the Bills in this one. 31. Not 31. Let's go 28-10. I got the Bills winning this one. If the Steelers can keep it close, I'd be pretty surprised. That'd be pretty cool, though. Next up, at 4:30, Green Bay is playing at Dallas. I get it. People have talked about this a lot. Dallas chokes in the playoffs. It's known. They have choked in the playoffs continuously ever since the dawn of 2000. They've choked repeatedly. You can't take the choking abilities out of the Cowboys. You can switch the players, you can change the coaches, you can change anything else, but you can't change the foundation of what this team is. They don't show up in January. But the past couple years, they've been absurdly good at home. They are undefeated at home this year. That's a little iffy because I thought Detroit probably should have won that game. But we're not going to get into that. They're very, very good at home. They force turnovers, and they get the plays that they need to. CeeDee Lamb is arguably the best receiver in the NFL right now. That's the thing. For the Packers to have the chance, they have to stop CeeDee Lamb. No one has. No one has. No one's been able to stop him. And I doubt they're going to be able to do it this time. Jordan Love's been on a roll. He has. He is. The main thing is he's not turning over the ball much. I think it's like on his last 8 games, he has 18 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Very good. Very good. And they have tough wins against like at Detroit, like that. Tough wins, tough environments. That was on Thanksgiving. They still won. This is going to be a game that either is going to be a blowout or a close one. And if it's a blowout, it's going to be in the Cowboys' favor. I think this game will be a blowout. I might regret that. 35-17. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys in this one. I just don't see this team losing it at home. I just don't see this team losing at home right now until they play a very, very good team, which they might have to play if they win this game the following week against the winner of one of these 2 matchups. We have the Rams at Lions Sunday at 8 p.m. Welcome back, Matthew Stafford. Welcome back. You're in the playoffs against the Lions at Detroit. What a way to welcome your best quarterback in franchise history back in the playoffs. And he's not on your team. And this Lions team is very, very good. They've not won a playoff game in forever. I think since the 90s. This game is going to be this matchup's just built for this game to be close. You can't write a script better than this either. Everything just fits perfectly that this game will be a close game down the stretch. The Rams have hit their stride recently. Puka Nacua and Kyren Williams have been phenomenal. You got a good old reliable Cooper Kupp. Their defense has done very good. The Rams has. They've been pretty good defensively. Matthew Stafford has been good. Then you got the Lions. Very good offense with Jahmyr Gibbs. You got David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jared Goff, a good offensive line. All of that. A creative play caller. All of that. Defense is pretty good too. They can get the stops that they need. And led by Aiden Hutchinson. All that. I think this game is going to be very close. I think I've just mentioned that a couple times. Aaron Donald will make a difference for the Rams. I think they'll be able to. I think third downs are going to be the main thing today. I think third downs. The Lions can keep themselves in 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s. And so they're able to use Jahmyr Gibbs on those out plays and use Montgomery up the middle and use that as a threat. I think that will matter. I think that's going to be the main difference of this game. Stafford has a lot of experience. This team has a lot of experience compared to this Lions team. But the Lions, I like them at home. The matchup's not perfect for both teams. This matchup is definitely not perfect. But they're very similar. They're very similar with each other. And I don't really know with this one. I'm kind of just in the middle. I feel like there's going to be, the third downs are going to be the main thing. And you're going to have that 1 or 2 big plays, 1 or 2 mistakes that are going to change it all. And I think the guy who's most likely be able to, the guy who's going to most likely make those mistakes is going to be Jared Goff. He's had a couple games this year with multiple turnovers, like 3 interceptions. I think he did that against the Bears. Twice, I think he did that against the Bears. 1 at home and 1 on the road against the Bears, out of all teams. Against the Packers, he made mistakes. Big mistakes. He threw some turnovers against the Cowboys. You can't be doing that. Can't be doing that against this Rams team and expect to win. If you can match the turnovers that Jared Goff has. I don't think Matthew Stafford's going to let that happen. I don't think it's going to be a turnover machine. I think the team that will make the big plays on the stretch will be the Rams. I got the Rams win this one 31-28. Give me the Rams. And then the last game on here, the Eagles versus the Bucks. It's a Monday night game. It's at 8 o'clock. They played earlier in the year and the Eagles won. I don't think it's going to be much different from that. The Eagles are definitely a different team than they were early in the year, though. And A.J. Brown does not seem that happy. Does not seem that happy at all. He took all of his Eagles Instagram posts down. He didn't practice. I think it might have been a knee injury, though. But stuff like that This team's just not. This team's kind of in a chaos set right now, and the Bucks are on the rise. The Bucks they won their game against the Panthers. They are on a roll right now, in my opinion, at least, up into the playoffs. And at home, this crowd's very electric. It's a very underrated crowd, in my opinion. Tampa Bay has a very good crowd. Mike Evans can be a tough thing to guard. And then what people are underrating is that I don't care if it's the Panthers. It's an NFL team, and you shut them out. You shut them out. That's impressive. That is an impressive thing to do. This Bucks team is very good defensively. We're gonna see how that's gonna affect the Eagles. I think they're gonna get pressure. I think they might get some pressure. Might fluster Hurts a bit. See if for the Bucks' chance to win this game, they got to get this team a little bit chaotic to start off. If A.J. Brown makes a mistake or Jalen Hurts misses somebody that he probably should have got, and then you start arguing on the sideline, and maybe a coach gets involved, then the defense makes a mistake, then they get into that, and they start butting heads with themselves, then you have a chance, because you're the underdog in the situation. You have a chance. So, I think that definitely can happen, but what's most likely to happen, in my opinion, I got the Eagles. I think the Eagles will be able to run the ball. I think they're able to. And I think early in this year when I saw it, the Eagles made some mistakes, but defensively they're able to hold up. I'm not sure how I feel about Baker Mayfield in these playoffs. He's been solid in games I've seen him in the playoffs, but I just don't know. I just don't know. I think the Eagles will be able to win this game. I don't know about anything else, but I think this matchup favors them more. They played again early in the year, and the Eagles won that one. So, yeah, Mike Evans got to be big in this one. And if the Eagles start butting heads with themselves, the Bucks will probably win. But I don't think they're going to do that to that level. I don't think they will struggle heavily at that level, because even though the Panthers got shut out, they only lost by 9. That says a decent amount. So, yeah. That's my playoff predictions. I think all people are kind of similar on that. If that's the case, then Dallas would play Philly the next round, which that would be fun. That would be very fun, actually, to see that happen. And then the Rams would play 49ers. That would be also very entertaining. And then what would be other things? The Browns would play the Ravens. The Browns, I would have the Browns probably end up beating the Ravens if that happened, barring injuries. And then it would be the Chiefs at Buffalo, which would be the first road playoff game Mahomes has ever had to play. Wow, that'd be incredible. Wouldn't that be? Josh Allen you have to wait like 2 or 3 years for him to get that revenge that he had. It would have been 3-year wait. He has to get that revenge that happened in that divisional round, that they could have made the AFC title game against the Bengals, and maybe would have made the Super Bowl. Who would have known if they wouldn't have lost in overtime? So, yeah, I think this is what's going to happen. Get out in the comments your opinions about this. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.